In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars Fallen Order, which released last November. For a long time, I've been waiting for a new story-driven Star Wars game which delivers, but does it? Let's find out if you should buy Star Wars Fallen Order. Developed by Respawn Entertainment and published by EA, the game is obviously set within the Star Wars world, precisely 5 years after the story of Revenge of the Sith and the fall of the Old Republic. If you're clued up on the Star Wars universe and research your canon, you'll know lots of the characters that pop up in this game. However, if you're simply a Star Wars movie fan, and there's no shame in that, all of these characters are going to feel very, very new. As always, I review games in what I like to call the 8 pillars of gaming, and we begin with the story. Star Wars is such a brilliant story in general, and I always find it bemusing that any game based in this universe can deliver a bad story. But as we all know, it really can. However, I'm pleased to say I really like the story of Fallen Order. You assume control of Cal Kestis, who is one of the few Jedis to survive Emperor Palpatine's Order 66 5 years before. Since then, like most Jedi, we have been in hiding, trying not to use the Force in case the Emperor finds us. Beginning as a timid and quiet scrapyard worker, Cal progresses upon a story of redemption to try and breathe life into the old Jedi Order and stick it to the Empire. The plot feels wholesome and carefully thought out. This isn't a random Jedi Padawan who suddenly gets good and takes on the Empire. The progression feels natural, and I liked where the story took me. Also, an added bonus in this game is that the game is considered canon, so if you love your Star Wars lore, it's nice to assume the role within a canon world. The game is very linear, so don't expect an open world RPG with side quests everywhere. You follow your objective, and well, do as you're told, basically. That said, the mission structure was solid and never ever left me feeling bored. If I were to have one minor criticism, the ending wasn't too great. It kind of left me feeling a bit meh, which was a shame for a game that had done so well for 95% of it. However, don't despair, I'm hoping that EA will follow this game up soon with a sequel, which may help this game in turn. Overall, a cool new story within the Star Wars world, let down oh so slightly by the ending. 7. Setting. Well look, this is Star Wars. We all know that the galaxy is home to some beautiful planets dreamed up so many years ago. The big question is which worlds would feature in this game, and would the game do them justice? Well, several planets make an appearance, including the lush green Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk, which is brimming with bizarre and beautiful native creatures, all the way to the snowy Elam, which holds some awesome puzzles and Jedi secrets. We also get to visit the birth planet of Darth Maul, which is called Dathomir, and that place is as evil and dire as you would expect. On the whole, the developers have placed thought into each and every planet. How much of that is helped by the actual descriptions of the planets in Star Wars canon, I don't know, but the landscapes were beautiful. The homeworld creatures really added to the immersion, and I genuinely felt excited to explore each and every single location. My only criticism is that I wanted a bit more.
Am I happy with that? No, I'm not! I want more!
The setting in this game scores an impressive 9. The characters. Some of the characters in the story you will know, like Saw Gerrera, who has featured in several Star Wars releases, including most recently the film Rogue One. Also, naturally, with this being a game set during the rule of the Empire, everyone's favourite villain, Darth Vader, of course, makes an appearance. The other characters you may not know unless you're really clued up on your Star Wars. Firstly, Cal is a great protagonist. At first, I kind of wasn't sure, but as he continues his journey and you see him start to grow, you become really invested in him. He carries an element of naivety as someone who never finished his Jedi training would do, but also carries a certain Jedi arrogance, which we have seen in the movies from the likes of Obi-Wan, Mace Windu and Anakin. What is really nice about Cal is that he seems to have a lot of compassion too. This is shown by his interactions with the crew of his ship, and also his care of his droid, BD-1, and local wildlife. Did I mention that you can adopt your own little cute pet in this game too? Fucking brilliant. Put it this way, Cal is without a doubt more relatable than Starkiller was in the previous Force Unleashed series. Your ally Seer provides help along the journey and holds an interesting and deep backstory, whilst BD-1 and your ship's pilot Grease provide some light comedic relief.
Get off my sofa! Get off my sofa! Don't! Get out of there! Get out!
As for enemies, despite the presence of Lord Vader, the main antagonist is Trilla Siduri, one of the Inquisitors for the Empire, ordered to hunt down Jedis. She is probably one of the most complex enemies I've ever encountered in a video game. 8. Gameplay. We assume the role of a Jedi, so we have a lightsaber and force moves, so yeah, the gameplay's pretty fun. The game does, however, go one better than any other Star Wars game in terms of the combat mechanics. I felt in previous titles, such as The Force Unleashed and Star Wars Battlefront, they never really got the lightsaber mechanics right. After a while it would feel repetitive, or your character would either feel too overpowered or too weak. In Fallen Order, the balance is perfect. In the early missions you feel a bit rusty and weak, but that fits the story at this stage. Your skill progression goes hand in hand with you remembering your Jedi training, which is taught really well with the use of flashbacks to actual Cal when he was a child. Early level weakness can be slightly annoying, however. Like one mission you spend ages cutting down enemies before we have to abandon the planet because we can't jump onto this ledge.
Yeah, I can't jump that high.
Guess we'll have to come back later when we learn to jump. The Mantis crew provides your headquarters. Here you can develop your skills, meditate and get to know your crew more. And most importantly, yes, you can customise your lightsaber. Boom! On the whole, the combat and the gameplay is fun, and progressing through the game, you find numerous ways to hack down stormtroopers. Hours of fun. 9. Visuals. EA often get criticism, and I'm one of their main critics. But for visuals, they should never ever fall down. Powered by the Unreal Engine 4, the graphics are crisp and beautiful. Every single flash of your lightsaber lights up your entire TV screen, and the worlds are so densely colourful, you'll never ever want to leave. Seriously, when you're on Kashyyyk, it could have been a movie. Literally stunning. You'll also love trekking through dark caves illuminated by only the glow of your lightsaber. Purely because 10 is reserved for the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn, this game scores a 9. Bugs. Again, with the big budgets of EA, there really shouldn't be any bugs. But for anyone who's ever played FIFA, I'm pleased to report, however, this is a clean game. I've played it to completion twice and have never encountered one single game crash or even a single drop of frame rate. It's got to be a solid 10. Length. Okay, so I feel this category is testament to how good a game actually is. Like, if it's a bad game, you kind of just want it to end. This game, I would say, is fairly short, but that's because I was enjoying it, and as I mentioned earlier, the ending didn't quite satisfy me. It's around 25 hours long, and that's if you're searching every single cave and trying to hunt down your desired lightsaber colour. More realistically, I would say it's about 23 hours. For this style of game, it's not terrible, but it could have done a lot more. Again, that may be because the developers are holding some stuff back for a brand new game soon, but I did kind of feel like I was left wanting a bit. On the whole, not bad, but there was opportunity for much, much more. 6. Fun. So, is the game fun? I've always said running around being a Jedi is always fun, even on the bad games. But this game takes it to a whole new level with beautifully slick gameplay. The progression is also really rewarding too. I simply would not put this game down until I had unlocked every single lightsaber crystal, crafting element, and poncho. Yes, you can really collect ponchos in this game. The time will fly by and you could really complete this game in just a few sittings and 5 or 6 pot noodles. Basically, I just want to be a Jedi in real life. 8. So here's our full scores out of 80. Rule of thumb, I would say anything over 45 you should definitely give a go. But more importantly, it's about what you think from what I have told you. On the whole, it's a fun galactic journey and my favourite Star Wars game since the Knights of the Old Republic back in the early noughties. But don't get too carried away with your praise, and this is just what a Star Wars game should be like. They have huge, colossal budgets and a massively loyal and patient fan base waiting for the games. Finally, we get some reward after many games of disappointment. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you've decided to pick this game up because of what I've said, then please let me know below in the comments. And don't forget, you can subscribe for more weekly reviews.